Hello everyone, I'm KKantas from Author Assist. You are watching Story Time. I'm reading a small excerpt from the novel Beyond Fire and Wood. It's book 2 of the Blarney Lane series by Drea Damara. Vasimus, thank the stars you're here. How in the blazes do you get to Blarney? Ranthorpe exclaimed as he strode through the courtyard. Blarney? Why in the world do you need to know that? Lady Valerie, the woman Lord Ricky brought here with him. I need to find her. Ranthorpe, you cannot go to Blarney, Vasimus warned and clasped a hand on the man's shoulder. Ranthorpe shrugged it away. What do you mean I cannot go? You do very well to remember I rule half the territory here. We are equals, old boy. You cannot command where and when I may travel. Ranthorpe, calm down. It's not like that. I'm sure there's no pressing need for you to go at all. That means you're not going to help me. Some ally you are. We are better enemies. Ranthorpe stormed away as he continued speaking, his voice carried from the hall. Fine. I don't need you. Perhaps I can persuade the workers of Alistair Hall to come to their senses. Oh, fire and wind, Vasimus muttered and hurried after him. What in the blazes has gotten into him? Inside the hall he found Ranthorpe shouting, Miss French, Nettle, show yourself! Ranthorpe, stop this now and tell me what is troubling you, he called as he walked over to meet him. Troubling me? Ranthorpe whirled round, frailing his arms. For one, I'm learning that everyone treats me either like a child who deserves no worthy answers or a contagious invalid that should be avoided. Tell me, which is your perspective? That is not the case. Just calm down and explain to me why you need to go to Blarney so badly. I already told you I need to speak with Lady Valerie. There's been a misunderstanding of sorts. What kind of misunderstanding? The kind I don't care to share with you. Now, are you going to tell me how to get there or not? Vasimus frowned, setting his hands on his hips. Not if you plan on going there with that temper. I feel a sense of obligation to protect them from such a visitor. Protect them? Ranthorpe stepped forward. From me. I have no intention of doing harm to anyone ever again. I only wish to speak on terms of friendship with one person. He held up his finger to accentuate his demand. One person, and as soon as I've done that, I will return. Now, are you going to tell me, or are you just going to stand there wasting air? What a convincing show of diplomacy. He shook his head, gesturing towards Ranthorpe. Tell me, is this the admirable face you plan on wearing when you deliver these terms of friendship to this lady? Ranthorpe let out a growl. He lunged forward and grabbed Vasimus' tunic, his fist yanking the man towards him. Vasimus planted his feet, countering Ranthorpe's hold with his own grip of the man's clothing. Don't be a ricket's ass! Tell me which way to go! Not if my life depended on it, you thick-headed knuckle-dagger, Vasimus said, gritting his teeth as Ranthorpe backed him up into one of the chairs by the hearth. Are you trying to start another war? What has gotten into you? Don't come at me with threats of war. This has nothing to do with our people, only their selfish leader and I, Ranthorpe yelled as Vasimus spun them around, getting the upper hand and backing him over to the chair. Selfish? How am I being selfish? You know how to get there. You've been blessed with love from Blarney. I've paid for my sins long enough. You know I regret what happened with your sister and the war. So why don't you tell me? Why should I be denied my chance for happiness? Vasimus felt his foot slipping at the shock of Ranthorpe's words hit him. Ranthorpe forced him backwards into the table. He winced as pain shot up his spine. Ignoring it, he gazed in astonishment at this angry man over top of him. You've fallen in love with her, he said, gasping. So that was an excerpt from Beyond Fire and Wood. It's book 2 of the Blarney Lane series by Drea Damara. This is Story Time for Brain to Book Cyber Convention 2017, and I am KKantas from Author Assist.